Welcome to Leaving a Life Legacy. I'm Pam,
I'm Ellen.
and we are two sisters who are very passionate about legacy.
Every one of us leaves a legacy of our lives in our hopes and dreams, our ups and downs, our accomplishments, and even our failures.
Give you a little bit of history about us. We come from a very small family. It's just Ellen and I, our parents, Joan and Alden, and our brother Craig. And unfortunately, we have lost all three of them over the course of the last 30 plus years.
And there have been so many times over those years that there's been a question that we really wanted answered by them, and then they were really the only ones who could have answered the question, and we weren't given that opportunity.
Right. I read a quote years ago that said something to the effect of, every time an elder dies, it's like a library burns. And boy, oh boy, that hit me in the heart, because it started me reflecting on all of the answers that have burned with not only our parents and our brother, but any of our relatives who have gone before us.
So that brings us here to our project, Leaving a Life Legacy. It's a place where we can share our stories and start leaving our own legacies for our families and friends, because every story that's shared is one less that gets burned.
Now, we started this project back in late 2018. I can remember the excitement. Boy, we had a party, and we had champagne, and we toasted the actual go live button, hitting that button. And that excitement propelled us into 2019, and we really developed a rhythm as we got going, and we created a Facebook page to bring a community around us. And we even hosted our first Pam Ellen's Cafe, which I have to tell you, that was a great night of sharing. We learned a lot, and we are looking forward to Pam Ellen's 2.0.
Definitely.
And then the second half of 2019 couldn't have been more opposite. My estranged husband passed away unexpectedly. And as we entered into those months of grieving as a family, we decided, out of respect for him and for the family, to take a hiatus here at Leaving a Life Legacy. And we didn't start again until later on in the year, and it took us a while to get our footing. It took us into 2020.
So we started 2020, like everybody else in the world, with these new hopes and dreams, and they were immediately stomped on by the pandemic. And unfortunately, Good Friday happened as well. I jumped into the car with a good friend, and we were going to head around town and put out these lawn signs that we had that said, "Have hope." And they were to give hope to people in the community about the pandemic and that we were going to get through it. But about a half a mile from my house, a gentleman veered into our lane and hit us head on. And unfortunately, that accident did impact my life greatly. It impacted my family's lives, my friends' lives, everybody who's been so good to me over the last 2 years, taking care of me, helping me. But the one thing it definitely didn't do was change the stick-to-itiveness that the two of us have, the feeling that life is truly good and that we can continue to have hope.
Right. So we headed into 2021, thankful that she's with us. And another year of pandemic, we kind of just made our way through, kind of in a fog for 2021. And we entered 2022 with a couple of family members recovering from COVID, me being one of them. And we decided to just take January off to recover fully from that, but we're jumping back in on February 7th. That's our first question of the year.
So for those of you who have never been here before, every Monday we post one question. And it has the answers that we have both written, but we don't know what we've each written. So it's fascinating for the two of us, because sometimes we write almost the exact same thing and you could tell, yes, we grew up in the same family. And other times they're so different that we learn these new things about each other, which has been a lot of fun.
It has been fun. And our hope here is that you will answer the questions right along with us. And there's a ton of ways you can do that. You can leave a comment right here on the Leaving a Life Legacy post. You can comment over on Facebook. You can write them in a private journal if that's how, what you prefer. You could bring the question to your dinner table with your family. You could ask the kids while you're chauffeuring them around to the different activities that they may have. You could bring them to book club or sewing circle or anywhere you gather with friends.
So our goal is basically to help you leave your own life legacy in whatever way works for you. Just another thing, outside of the weekly questions that we post each Monday, one of our favorite ideas that we've worked with in the past is called Spotlight Stories. And a volunteer will take the monthly questions, they'll pick one of their own that they'd like to answer, and you'll find that on our Spotlight page.
Yep, and our first volunteer was my daughter Amy. Thank you for stepping up to be our guinea pig for this project. But I invite all of you to go ahead over to the Spotlight tab and meet Amy and see what question she picked and how she answered it.
We already have volunteers for the next few months, but if it's something that speaks to you, something you'd like to get in on, just let us know and we'll add you to the list too.
Now let's talk about Facebook for a bit. We said before that we created the Facebook page to foster community. And one of the ways we do that is on Mondays, when the question gets posted here on Leaving a Life Legacy, we also link to it over on the Facebook page. So you can access the question each week, whichever way speaks to you. And if you'd like, you could comment your answer in either one of the places.
We originally started this as a way to cultivate a Leaving a Life Legacy community. And fostering that community is still a really high priority for us this new year. So we're going back to a couple of Facebook projects that we've done in the past and that has seemed to, people seem to like. And we hope you do too.
The first one's going to be Pick of the Day. Now, we started this back early on in the pandemic because we were all in quarantine and we had no way of really seeing each other. So we thought, well, if we put a Pick of the Day post out every day, people can put their pictures in the comments of what they did that day. And we can all say, yeah, hey, oh, wow. So they're going to be coming every day at 7:00. Look for them.
And the second one is called Short and Sweet. They're daily questions that will show from Monday to Friday. We've done this differently in the past, but this year we're going to do just a quick question that somehow relates to the main question of the week. They've been a lot of fun. They've brought us a lot of joy, and we hope that they continue to bring you joy too.
Yeah, I really enjoy going over there and seeing what people answer and creating a conversation. So there you have it. That's some of our plans for 2022. We are looking forward to interacting with each and every one of you, so please don't be a stranger.
And if you have family and friends that might also enjoy this, kind of going on this adventure with us, let us know. Put them in touch with us. We hope it continues to be a place of just positivity and fun and joy, and that we continue to leave a life legacy together.
One question
at a time.
Have a good night.
See ya.
Bye.